having an amazing day. I am having me uh, an amazing day, you all. So you all already know, you know what time it is. So it is time for monthly reflections. My monthly reflections. Because like I tell you, entrepreneurship, being a real estate agent, Lord, it is a roller coaster. So do not let these people fool you. Do not let the cable networks fool you. It is a roller coaster. Now there are some rewards. Now don't get me wrong, the rewards are very great, but it is the down season that just keeps you uh, in a funk sometimes. And so instead of doing these on a quarterly basis, on a yearly basis, I decided to do them on a monthly basis. So therefore, I can remind myself of the great things that I did for the month. And so we're almost to the end. So Friday is the last Friday of October. And so I said, well, let me go ahead um, and get this out of the way because Saturday I have an event to attend to, and I'm going to talk about that shortly. So let's get started with my monthly reviews. So I attended a marketing forum because when you're entrepreneurship, marketing is like the biggest piece. So, you know, you have to stand out because in the Dallas Fort Worth area, I want to say it's maybe 100,000 agents, and maybe that might be Texas in general. Let me just say that. So in Texas in general, it's 150 plus agents, and they just steady cranking them out left and right. And so you have to do something to stand out. You have to do something to, you have to do something different. Now I ain't saying crazy. You just got to do something different. And so a broker came down from Houston, and he put on a marketing forum. And I positioned myself as the new construction advocate, and I was just getting pointers from him on how to better navigate because we all could use some training because you just never know. Things are subject to change, and then they don't tell you that things change, and so you have to adjust with the change. And so I was just so glad to be there, and I was so glad to be there because one of the ladies that was in the audience, she was also a part of the TREC advisory. So I like to get out and go to realtor events because you just never know who you sitting on the side of. This is the second young lady that I have met that is on an advisory board, and they tell you, and then our association tell us too to get out there and vote and come and voice your opinion and things like that, and then they reassure what the emails that are sent out to us, make sure that we are voting and just making sure that we are voicing our opinion about things. So that's why I like attending real estate events. So I visit a total of 8 communities this month, including the community that I'm currently in now. So I am going to do a sneak peek of this home that I am standing in right now. So, it's that time of the year where we just start slowing down because we're getting ready for the holidays, you all. I have to go in there and when I get home, go and write out my Thanksgiving, at least my Thanksgiving menu. I was gonna say Thanksgiving and Christmas, but at least let me do the Thanksgiving menu first. And before I go on, let's send our prayers out to Jamaica. They are experiencing a storm out there, you all. And so prayers up for those families out there. So yeah, so I didn't visit a lot of communities, but that doesn't mean that I wasn't, communicating with the sales managers and just constantly building on what I had worked so hard to build on. And did I make some new yes, so today I met a new sales manager, and this month I just visited, the sales managers that I have been building relationships with over the years and throughout this year, because it's important that we go back, because the feedback, I mean, we're getting so much feedback from the builder reps. And some feel like we just only come out for the free stuff and they don't see us anymore. And like I told the young man, no, sir, you can't say all realtors just come out for the food and the prizes and they don't come back. I come back. I don't come out for the food, just for the food and the prizes. I come out for the networking opportunity. I come out to get content. I come out to get information about new construction that buyers might not get because they might not ask the right questions. And so I come out and I use that as, a networking tool. And then I come back. That's one thing about me. I come back. Now, I might not have any buyers for that particular community, but I do, come back because it's a part of building a relationship. I just don't want, every time you have an event, I'm coming out here for the event, and that's the only time you see me is the event. I want you to see me when there's not an event. And so how I plan things out, like today. So I'm building a relationship with a young lady in Mansfield. It's a community in Mansfield, not too far away from downtown Mansfield. And I gave her heads up earlier this month. I said, well, I will be in the area at the end of the month. I didn't have a specific date at that time, but I gave her heads up that I was coming out there, and we, just catching up and just talking. And, that was pretty much it, because I don't want, like I said, I do see some of my friends doing that, but you can't say all of us come out here and do that. It's some of us that do, return back. So let's see what else. Thank you, thank you. That's the first thing I should have said first. Thank you all so very much for your support. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your comments. Keep them coming. It lets me know that I am going in the right direction, you all, because some people claim to know marketing, and I'm not dissing anybody's marketing skills or training or experience or whatever. It's just when I go and ask marketing questions, I don't get I guess I don't get the answer that I am looking for. And so I just have to, keep trying. So thank you all so very much. I started back my podcast, you all. So I started back my podcast over the weekend. So y'all go and check that out as well. But thank you all. I try my absolute best. I do the live community tours, and and what I like about YouTube is you can come back and see them at a later time, because I know when I do the live tours, everyone is at work, and I don't want you all looking at my live community tours while you're at the job. But we need you to have that job so you can come get this house right here. And so I come with the podcast episodes that, topics that I think will be relevant. And yes, I do. I repeat some of them over and over again, because buyers still are going out and making the same mistakes over and over. And so I have my topics that I will repeat, which are the importance of having a real estate agent in a new construction transaction, the home inspection. So some of those you're going to see over again. But thank you all so very much for showing up every time Google say that I am going live. So I had lunch with my friends from my social group. So we went to Poor Decision, and we also went over the weekend. We went to, where did we go over the weekend? We went to a place over by Trinity, by the Trinity River. So if you're familiar with that area of Fort Worth, we went over that way and had lunch over there. So I just love spending time with them. It gives me an opportunity to get out of the house. It gives me an opportunity to leave the real estate alone. It gives me an opportunity to leave the writing alone. Because if you just surround your life around writing, let me say me, surround your life around writing and real estate, it just gets really, really boring real fast. And I'm like, no, I don't want to go down the burned out lane. I come too far to do that. So that gives me the much needed break that I need to not talk about real estate, to not, talk about my books. And so I went to my TT's party. So she had her birthday party at I keep want to say Grapevine Mills Mall. She had her birthday party at Main Event. So she had the time of her life. She was excited to see me. We played games, and she just had the time of her life. So that was good to see that. So I attended. So I'm starting my yoga practice over again, you all. It's just I just haven't been in the mood. I want to say since 2022. I just haven't had that fire that I had in 2015 when I was going 3 times a week, and sometimes on the weekend if I had some time available. It's just like, wow, I don't have that fire anymore. So I'm working on putting that fire up under my feet so I can roll my mat back out. But this month I have taken 2 outdoor classes, and I like doing yoga outside. Some disadvantages. Let me go ahead and tell you all. Yes, it's the ants and the bugs and the flies and all the insects that you learned about in school. So yes, they are out there. So that's the only downside about taking the outdoor yoga class. But other than that, I love it. It's just, being out in nature, you all. So that's just the best thing about that. So I won a prize, and I know what we were speaking about prizes. So again, I keep showing up to the builder events, and then I show up outside of the builder events, and I won a prize, and I was able to visit the headquarters of a builder in the Dallas area, you all. It was a really nice building. You all check the video out because I actually did a video. So they're inside of a co-working space, because that's the big thing down here in the Dallas market is these big corporations are buying these big buildings, and they are leasing the offices out. And so it's a really cool building. It's really, really nice. They have a coffee bar downstairs, and then they have these stairs, and they have just all this cute decor. So y'all be sure to check out that video as well. So that was really nice, and I was able to meet the director of sales. I thought she was the director of marketing, but she is the director of sales. And see, that's why I like to come outside of the events, because you get to meet people. Because see, who would have ever thought that the director of sales, that I would actually meet the director of sales? Because you don't see them out here. Now, she's out here today. And once I get through with you all, I'm going to go back and have another conversation with her. But, That's why I said keep, I keep coming back because you get opportunities like that. Because most of the time you see directors, where are they at most of the time? They are in their office, but not her. She is the second, she's not the second. Well, she's the first director of sales that I have met, but I've met the district sales manager for another builder, and just by just being out. And so that was really nice to meet her. We took pictures. She's on my Instagram, so you can go in there and see it. We are the ones with the key, and so that's where I went. And so I attended another important class, you all, and made sure to talk about that on my podcast over the weekend. So once this is over, be sure to head over there. It's Black Pen episode 55, where we talk about HOA, because the instructor had brought up a very good point about buyers not knowing about HOA, when is it due, all the fees that come with HOA. What does HOA cover? Do I want to be by a green belt? Yeah, you get limited neighbors, but what's the disadvantage of being over by the green belt? And the fact that buyers assume that HOA is rolled into their mortgage, and it's actually not. It's two separate expenses, and both of them have to be paid. So let's see. I got a reminder that it is time to renew my license. So my license, it's time to renew your license every 2 years. So my 2 years is almost up. So that's another reason why I need to slow down on visiting some of the communities, because because I need to take care of that. And let's see, let me hurry up. Oh, guess what? So I got my LLC for my writing. So Her Stories in Black is now Her Stories in Black LLC. Oh, I'm just so excited about that, you all. And guess what? I'm gonna pause on the LLC portion in the writing. So I do have a podcast on the horizon, you all. So a friend of mine from my social group introduced me to a friend of hers that has a podcast, and so we are going to get together in December. So be on the lookout for that. So that's where I'm going to switch it back over to Her Stories in Black and talk about my book. So I have been getting ready all of this week. All of this week is not over with, but for the past week and a half, I have been so busy, you all, getting ready, because I am participating in the third annual Indie Author Book Festival. So it's going to be held at George W. Hawks Downtown Library, 100 South Center Street, Arlington, Texas, 76010, November 1st. So you got a few days. Come and see me. November 1st, 11 to 2 p.m. So y'all better get there. And I do mean y'all better get there, because it's only going to be 15 signed copies. So you're going to get a special note from me and my signature. And then once you get through, I am going to ask you for a review. So click on that QR code in the back of the book and go ahead and give me a review. That would be greatly appreciated you all. So, so y'all heard it first here. So today I went and got the gift bags. So, like I said, when you independent, and that goes for real estate too. When you're an independent agent, you have to do something to stand out. When you're an independent author, you have to do something to stand out. And so I went to TJ Maxx this morning, so they are getting ready for the holidays. So get on down there. So they got all the holiday stuff out there. I went ahead and got I went ahead and got cards for the year to send out. And so I made sure that it was not Christmassy, even though they did have some cute Christmassy stuff. And so I went out and got the gift bags. They are really, really cute. So I'm gonna tell you about these right here. So these three, make sure it's three. So yeah, so these three bags right here will get the special offer. I'm not gonna tell you what the special offer is. You have to come out and see me. So, but the special offer will be in the back of the book. So it will be either here or over here. So it will be in the back, the special offer, and I will put all the rules and things in detail in here. But yeah, so these three right here will have the book that will have the special offer. So it'll have the special note, my signature, leave me a review, but it will also have the special offer, you all. You wouldn't want to miss the special offer, and it's coming directly from me, and the rest of these are just to be regular. So all I have to do is just get some tissue paper, and I'm thinking about some candy, but I just do not know about that part. But yes, you are. So I am ready. But I have to do something to stand out, because I am going up against other indie authors. And I remember, because I attended the last one last year, and I was like, well, no one really did anything to stand out. And I'm not discrediting their writing, but no one did anything that like stood out. It was just like, okay, here's my book. I'm gonna sign it. Here you go. Next. No, let me do something that is going to stand out. And so again, 15 copies, and 3 of them will have a special offer in it. And then you ask, well, what is Home Sweet New Home about? So it is a book about buying a new construction home. And so if you don't need it, pass it along. It already be set up. It would already be set up like a gift. And it's November 1st, so you can go ahead and get some of your Christmas stuff out of the way. So it's already ready. And it'll have the tissue paper in there. So you can just go ahead and put it in your secret hiding place and get ready for the holidays. Or you can go ahead and give it to the person on that same day. So yes, you all. So it's about buying a new construction home. It's more than the fact that it's new, it's modern, and XYZ. And so I make sure to put, the first chapter is the importance of having a real estate agent. I make sure, because I don't have to guess. So choosing your community, design your home. I make sure to include standard features. And you probably wonder, well, why would you want to include standard features? Because what you think is standard and what we think is standard is not standard. Look behind me. This, you would think that as much as these houses cost, You would think that they will come with a refrigerator. They don't. You would think as much as these homes cost, you would think that they would come with blinds. They don't. And so that's why I make sure to include in here the standard features, the cabinets, the lightings, and the faucets, just the little bitty details and things like that. And so I talk about building basic, the type of builders, the cost, the timeline, the living arrangement, because there's a lot of different builders out here. And so it's not just the mainstream builders out here. It's a lot of boutique builders around. That's why I said I'm positioning myself as the new construction advocate, because there are a lot of boutique builders that are building throughout the Dallas area and uh, and beyond. Let me say that, because some of them are stretching down to Houston, and so you want to make sure that they are giving you a warranty, because it's a business. It's a business like my Her Stories in Black LLC. It's a business, and they need to make the rules of how they want to make up the rules. And some of these boutique builders, they build in areas, and I talk about them infield areas where there's no HOA, so you don't have to worry about that. So that's one less expense. You want to make sure that they want to, you want to make sure that you can bring in your third party inspector, because they will inspect the home. The city will inspect the home, and you know people think that that's good enough. No, that's not. You need a third party inspection on your home, because it is your investment. And number two, you want to make sure that they are giving you warning, not no warning, warranties, because the big mainstream, some of them are dropping their years of warranty, because it used to be, and I put in my book, 1, 2, and 10. But if you go and listen to some of my previous podcast episodes, some of them are going to 1, 2, and 6. Some of them are going 1 and 6. And so you just want to be careful, especially with the boutique builders that are coming along. And it's nothing against them. I'm not saying nothing is wrong with them, but you just want to make sure that they are offering you pretty much the same as if they were a big mainstream builder, because that is their competition. So, the big boys are their competition. So you want to make sure that you're aligning your business similar to theirs. I'm not saying have word for word, but you want to make sure that you align that up with that. So I'll talk about protecting your investment. So we covered builder warranties. I talk about HOA, home inspections, homeowner insurance, and that's a plus. That's just number one. There's no way around insurance. So it's not like car insurance. You roll off the lot and you have your insurance, and you can drop it in the next 30 days. You can't do that with the homeowner's insurance. So I make sure to put that in there. So that's like a mandatory thing to have. And I saved the best for last, to talk about the loan options, understanding credit, builders incentives, taxes, and equity. So yes, I make sure to cover everything. So with my relationships that I've built with the community sales managers, this is what I've learned along the way. And I'm still learning, but this right here is like the basic. And this is what people are overlooking, and they go straight to the builder, and then once they go straight to the builder, get the keys, they happy, and then the house falls apart, and they go run to social media for attention, and I'm like, well, okay, did you get the problem solved? Did you read your builder contract? And speaking of builder contract, I finally got a builder contract. Well, I got it a long time ago. I finally printed it on yesterday. And so I'm going to make sure to go over that as well because I'm not a lawyer and we're just going to review it. We can't take things out. We can't cross nothing out. We can't, basically, we just cannot edit it because those contracts are written by their lawyers because that's their business and they can, operate their business how they want to. So if you cannot wait to get a signed copy, this book is available on Amazon, Lulu Publishing.com, and wherever books are sold, basically. So get on over there. It will not be signed. So if you want a signed copy, you have to either contact me directly. My information is below this video, or come see me November 1st at the Arlington Downtown Public Library and get you one of these signed copies. So let's come over here and see what you all have to say. Okay, so let's see. Hello, hello. All right. Okay, so people were just basically speaking. Well, all right, you all. I will see you in the next video.